What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here, bringing you some more Series 10 Wi-Fi battles with live commentary. Today we are using this really cool Xerneas team built by Dr. Strin. I do just want to talk a little bit about it before we hop right into it, particularly like why some of the Pokemon are on the team beyond just like the generic team building. So the name of the team is Old Grumps, and the reason for that is this Gyarados. It is marked as Gyarados the Grumpy. I have, like I said, do some shiny hunting occasionally on Twitch. And while hunting Gyarados, I did catch a bunch of marked ones and gave them away. So this one in particular is Gyarados the Grumpy, and the team kind of centered on using that quote-unquote Grumpydos. So we do have Gyarados the Grumpy as sort of our main star of the team. Next up, we have Incineroar. So this Incineroar, ironically, is also mine. For those of you that aren't aware, I do shiny giveaways every month. Just by commenting on the videos, people are automatically eligible. So the Incineroar was one of the prizes for that. So that's where that comes from. Remember, commenting on this video will also put you in a contest. I do it every month. Check out my rental team to know what the prizes are for this month. So yeah, it is Incineroar. This Incineroar is pretty standard. We do have Parting Shot and Snarl just to deal primarily with Zacians as well as some of the other big four. Next up, we have Sableye. I think Sableye is a really cool tech here for really helping Xerneas set up. Having access to things like Fake Out, Knockoff, Encore, and Quash is really great. You do have the ability to Encore opposing Pokemon. You also don't have to necessarily worry about getting Encored yourself because of the fact that you can't be subject to Prankster moves because you're Dark type. You also can't be hit with Fake Out because of that. So overall, I think Sableye offers some really good support here. Main star of the team is Xerneas. There's really not much to say about it. We all know what Xerneas does. We've used it before. This is a very bulky Xerneas as opposed to the one I used, which was a little bit more offensive. So I'm interested to see kind of how that plays out. Next up, we do have Physical Regieleki. I think this is a really cool take on Aleki. We did see a little bit of it at the end of Series 8 and a little bit in Series 9. So hoping to see what that can do. We're really taking advantage of Regieleki's wide, physical move pool with things like Wild Charge, Assurance, and Acrobatics. So I'm really hoping that that can play a big role in things. And then finally, we do have Volcarona. Volcarona, I think, is just a really solid pick. We are using that Rocky Helmet just to try and get some good chip on things, especially with the ability to burn. That can be really hugely detrimental for physical attackers. We are also foregoing Protect in order to have a lot more flexibility, right? We can go for Rage Powder. We have the Quiver Dance to set up. We have Heat Wave and Struggle Bug really to kind of harper home the damage. So we do have the code on the screen. I'll make sure to include the paste in the description. And with that, let's just get rocking and rolling and move into the first game. All right, battle number 1, and it is going to be a Xerneas team as well. It is going to be Landorus, Indeedee, Torkoal, Xerneas, Suicune, and Incineroar. So what? This team is interesting. I really like Gyarados here. I really like Gyarados Incin as a potential lead. I think Gyarados Incin is great. Xerneas Volcarona. Aleki is tempting. But what would I sacrifice? I like Volcarona. I could do Aleki Gyarados. Oh, no, it's physical, so we don't have speed control on Aleki. Does... Sableye is also tempting. No, I'm going to try this. I love physical Aleki, but not having, like, Electro would have been really nice here. I still think it's fine. Gyarados should be able to deal with Landorus pretty effectively. Icy Wind is really a big deal, so that's going to kind of help out. The lead I'm most afraid of is, Indeedee with Lando? Okay, Lando Zern I can work with, as we are going to see Gyarados the Grumpy. We love to see that. I'm going to expect Xerneas to Protect here. Xerneas going for a Moonblast should actually be fine. We should be able to take a hit. So what I actually want to do is I want to Icy Wind and go for a Fake Out. So that way we can try and significantly slow down this Landorus. So Icy Wind here as well as a Fake Out here. Because what I really want to do is if we can get this. Okay, so no Protect, which is bad. I'm assuming you're gonna Geomancy, as Gyarados is faster too. So that's actually really good information to see. as that did like 7 damage. I would have really liked more, but you know, that's fine. We will see the Geomancy come off. Okay, so at this point, what? Gyarados is slower, so we could Snarl and Parting Shot. Or we could Icy Wind and Parting Shot the Xerneas, trying to cripple it that way. We also could go for a Waterfall. We could Waterfall. Let's do that. Nope. I'm going to go for a Waterfall onto you as well as a Parting Shot on a Xerneas, just with the idea that this will let me go for another Fake Out. As we will see a Dazzling Gleam come out, we should take this fairly well. We will. Okay, you were not supposed to be faster. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. This lets me bring out Volcarona. That's so bad. Okay, we at least get rid of Landorus. Getting rid of Landorus is huge. That lets me bring out Volcarona versus the Xerneas, which means that we have access to things like Struggle Bug. We also can set up there. That's bad. That's bad. Okay, Indeedee is... we don't have Protect. I'm going to Struggle Bug. I think Struggle Bug, Icy Wind... Crunch, maybe? I'm going to go for an Icy Wind as well as a Struggle Bug. I think at this point, just lowering Xerneas' special attack is going to... Okay, that's bad. That's very bad. We are going to see most likely a Dazzling Gleam. Yep. How much are you going to do? Volcarona. Okay, so what? Volcarona can survive another one as a result of the Struggle Bug, which is really good for us. That's really good damage onto their Indeedee. I would like to just go for another one and try and set up with my Xerneas, right? I think at this point we have to go for a Geomancy. Yeah, we have to Geomancy and just go for another Struggle Bug and then try and win that way. Yeah, we're going to hit Geomancy. Actually, what? We can... I'm going to Protect and go for a Struggle Bug. You might try and go for a Moonblast, trying to stop my Xerneas from setting up. So that's what I got to hope for, right? I got to hope you say, hey, I'm going to Moonblast into you before you can set up. Boom. Love to get that call right. That's great. Struggle Bug going to come out. This is going to put Xerneas back to neutral. Indeedee is super low at this point as well. So we should... Oh, critical hit. Super lovely there. Double critical hit. We'll take that any day. Getting the special attack drop means that this Indeedee is going to be doing practically nothing as well. As an Expanding Force going to come out, Volcarona should be able to take that very comfortably. And now what we can do is... Oh yeah, Volcarona eats that. We can Geomancy here. Go for just... I'm going to go for another one. We should be able to live... We should be able to live a double up at this point. Even with the... it'll be close. Helping Hand would have... I mean, not Helping Hand. Rage Powder would have been really nice. We do take it, so that's actually really good for us. We will only be at... What's it called? -1 or +1 because of that drop. But now we do have the ability to go for a Struggle Bug. Or not a Struggle Bug, a Rage Powder, which is going to be super beneficial. And I'm just trying to think of what they could have in the back. Torkoal is scary. If they have Torkoal, that's very bad. Torkoal is very, very, very bad. We will take out the Indeedee. I could see them... I actually feel like they are going to have Torkoal, to which we don't... I mean, we're gonna lose to Torkoal. There's not really a good way to get around that. There is the potential that I could have just gone for Rage Powder there, as the last one is going to be Suicune. So we can now go for a Dazzling Gleam. I kind of want to just Struggle Bug again. We are faster now. So we can actually... I think it's fine to go for a Dazzling Gleam as well as a Rage Powder. Just in the event you try to Protect. right? We will see the Rage Powder. We will see no Protect. So if you go for a Moonblast, what? You might Moonblast and go for a Snarl. As that, okay. That did 0 damage. We will survive. That's huge. As a Scald will come out, so even better. Volcarona is going to live here. But I think looking at that damage output, right, like, we did literally nothing. So, yeah, I don't think we're going to take this one. I think, yeah, like, Dazzling Gleam is going to do... We can Moonblast. Hope you don't Protect. You should Protect Xerneas here. Okay, no Protect here. If we KO the Xerneas with Moonblast, we might be able, which we aren't going to, because now we have to live the Moonblast. We might, because they are so low. 31 as a Snarl will come out. That does 5. The question now, though, is your Xerneas in range? Is your Xerneas in range of a Dazzling Gleam? I think it is. I'm gonna go for a Dazzling Gleam. The Snarl, I mean, you have Scald, so we could live like 1 Scald. So we will get the Dazzling Gleam off. I hope that this KOs Xerneas. Oh, no, it doesn't. Ugh. That's rough. So unfortunately, we're not going to take that first one. I think if we had no, if we had KO'd Xerneas, we would have had to live a Scald and then crit the Moonblast. I'm trying to think of what we could have done differently. I think the fact that Lando was so fast really hurt us. Right? Because we did, I mean, we let them set up pretty freely. We tried to put on pressure with Volcarona, which didn't really help us out. We could have potentially gone... What? We could have gone for a Struggle Bug, a Rage Powder the turn that we Geomancied to make it so we didn't take the special attack drop. Which I think if we had done that, we would have been fine. Because that really would have helped mitigate some of the damage, and then we would have been in a much stronger position with Xerneas. So I think waiting for that kind of really hurt us, but still overall I think a solid first game, and let's just keep rocking and rolling and move to the next one. All right, battle number 2, and it is a Zacian team. It is Zacian, Galarian Zapdos with Incineroar, Suicune, Landorus, and Serena. So Regieleki is great here. Volcarona is also really good here. Gyarados getting in is also great, and so is Xerneas. So what? I could do what? I like Aleki as a lead. I like Aleki Volcarona with Gyarados and Xerneas. Yeah, I think between Incin and Gyarados as an Intimidator, Gyarados offers a lot more. Regieleki, I think, is going to be really big in this situation, being able to put on a lot of pressure onto a lot of different things. Rocky Helmet is going to be huge here. So what I'm hoping to try to do is if I can Quiver Dance on Volk, I think that puts me in a really good spot. We have to be really cognizant of Lando. To honestly the point where, like, I think it would have been fine to potentially have just not brought Xerneas for Incin. I think yeah, because, I mean, what? Xerneas helps with stuff, but it just has to worry about Zacian, but we have Volcarona and Zapdos. So, like, it's not the end of the world, as we will see Incin Lando. So, a little scary here. I think the correct play, what I want to do is I want to protect Aleki. I'm going to protect Aleki, and I'm going to switch out into Gyarados. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go for a protect here, and I'm going to bring out Gyarados. I want to just try to KO their Landorus, and I think this is probably my best bet. We are going to see no switch into Galarian Zapdos, which is great, so we don't have to worry about a Defiant boost. This also means that they might not have Zapdos, which is great for us. The question now is, where are you targeting with your, what's it called? with your Landorus. We will see a fake out perfect into the Aleki, as well as a Rock Slide. Okay, so that's actually really scary for me, because that's gonna hurt. That did way more than I would have liked. I'm gonna bring out Xerneas here, and I'm gonna go for a. We are max speed, so I'm gonna Icy Wind with the idea that that means that we can Geomancy first. Unless this is Scarf Lando. But like looking at the damage, I don't think it is. What would be ideal? What is ideal? Ideally, no, I was gonna say you switch into Zacian for Ensign, but that's actually not helpful at all. We will get to bring out Xerneas. So let's kind of see how this plays out. As we will just see an Earth Power. So confirming you're not Scarf, which is stop doing so much damage. We'll take the Icy Wind onto Landorus. It does like 7 damage. That's fine. And probably I'm guessing a Parting Shot onto Zapdos. I mean, not Zapdos, onto Gyarados. As, yep, Parting Shot comes out onto Gyarados. Makes sense. So you should be bringing out Zacian here. You should bring out Zacian. So what I can, you're gonna bring out Zacian. So what? The switch out. Here's the thing: the switch out into Volcarona is super obvious. So, do I say that you're gonna go for a Rock Slide? I'm bringing a Aleki. I'm gonna say you're gonna hit into the Gyarados slot with Zacian. I might sacrifice Xerneas here, but like, we are gonna see a Behemoth Blade. Okay, so that's just gonna go straight into Xerneas. Oh, into Aleki. Okay, that's great. That's perfect. Okay, we live. Even better. We are gonna get this Moonblast off. I need this to KO. Please. Okay, thank God. We are going to get rid of that. We do now have good pressure. We have gotten rid of like probably the biggest threat to my whole team. You should bring out Ensign here. Right? That's what I'm expecting. A swap out into Ensign, which means that we have the ability to swap into Gyarados to get an Intimidate off. We could try to set up. No, I was gonna say we could try to set up a Geomancy. We could, right? Am I gonna say you're gonna go for a double protect here? So, we played really aggressive last turn, so let's keep rocking and rolling with that. Let's swap into Gyarados the Grumpy, because that's what we're trying to show off, and go for a Geomancy. We're gonna play really, really aggressive this turn. I think it's fine even if we get it wrong, because of the fact that we still have Volcarona, and Volcarona should be able to solo the Zacian really without any trouble, especially given the fact that we can set up in its face. It will make Ensign a little bit tricky, but we are at least getting Ensign to -1, as we are going to see straight swap into Ensign. Perfect, as Zapdos is going to come out. So that's great for us. You're not going to get the boost here, as we are going to see Swords Dance Zacian. Swords Dance Zacian is fine, right? I expected you to try and play a little bit aggressive. This means that we're going to get Xerneas 2+2. So we have the ability to deal really big damage into the Zapdos and switch out into Volcarona. This is still tricky. I think Dazzling Gleam is fine. I want a Dazzling Gleam here, and I'm going to bring out Aleki. Aleki, I think, if anything, is fine to fodder. If we can get rid of Zapdos, that's awesome. You could protect Zapdos, But that if you protect Zapdos, that's a free swap into a Lecky. In comes Regieleki. We are going to see just straight Dazzling Gleam. It might be Sash. Is that a Sash on? Yeah. So that's a little tricky. We are going to see a Focus Sash on Zapdos. Behemoth Blade, this should be into Xerneas. Right? Into a Lecky. That's also fine with me. Big question is, what are you going to go for with Zapdos? If it's close combat, we should live. If it's Brave Bird, you get knocked out. It is Drill Peck. That was actually not part of the plan. That is a swap into Volcarona, if I have ever seen one. Which means what? We know we'll KO you with... so what we have a Dazzling Gleam here, as well as a Rage Powder, right? Because this guarantees that you're going to lose Zapdos, so that means your Behemoth Blade is going to hit into me. You're going to take Rocky Helmet chip, Dazzling Gleam chip, as well as the chance of getting burned with Flame Body. It will be single... Oh no, it'll still be double target Dazzling Gleam. And then Gyarados with Ensign should be able to clean up this endgame. We will see a Detect from Zapdos. That's fine. That's actually potentially better. We should live a hit from Zacian is at +2, but we should still live. We are getting really good chip onto it, so I think as long as we live this Behemoth Blade, I think we should have the game wrapped up. Okay, we tanked that super well. We will get Rocky Helmet chip onto it, and we get a Flame Body burn. So I think, yeah, with the Flame Body burn, this should just be a pretty easy wrap. Because we will just be able to click Dazzling Gleam, as well as another Rage Powder, just in case. And then, yeah, because then we have the Protect when you bring out your Incineroar to stop it from any sort of shenanigans. You could, no, even if you switch out into Incin, you are sacrificing something. So you're going to sacrifice, okay, so you're going to sacrifice Zacian, which is an interesting play. Because we should be able to... This will also put really good damage onto the Ensign, which helps us out a ton as... Oh, very smart there. That's actually totally fine as well, because what you're doing now is you are taking Burn Chip. And let's see how much Dazzling Gleam does into Ensign. We do need to preserve... Oh, that's over half. That's 100% game. Because what we do is we protect to stop you. We can just go for... Let's just go for a Clifford Dance. We don't really have a reason to not. Because if you fake me out... Yeah, because Ensign's going to die to fake out. And then we have a free Dazzling Gleam to pick up the double knockout. And then, yeah, we're good. Boom. Come on. Hit into Xerneas. Yeah! We're going to get that unnecessary Quiver Dance up. Boom. So we're going for a little bit of some style points here. Like I said, I don't think it was super necessary. Zacian gonna go down to the burn this turn, and now we just have a free Dazzling Gleam into both. I might just bring out Gyarados, to show off the Grumpydos once again. I think it did actually really help us being able to be a strong counter into Zacian and making it so we weren't super dependent on having Ensign, and we already have it out. Let's just go for the Struggle Bug. Everything's so low, and then this will clean it up, right? Yeah, battle was canceled. So overall, a really good second one. I'm glad we were able to set up really well. I think obviously when you're looking at a Zacian with a Xerneas, things can be a little scary, but we did play really aggressively, and I think that really paid off for us in the end. We were able to kind of set up as needed and then just put on just so much offensive pressure. But really great second one. Then let's just keep rocking and rolling and play one more. All right, last battle of the day, and it is Kyogre. It is Kyogre with Ensign, Amoonguss, Rillaboom, Mimikyu, and Zapdos. So, I mean, Regieleki is really nice. I feel like that's a pretty fair statement. Regieleki, Gyarados has to be a little, I mean, not a little, very worried about Zapdos. But could do Regieleki Sableye with Xerneas and Gyarados. I feel like you're definitely going to be bringing Zapdos, right? Like Zapdos puts in just a ton of work. I wish it was Galarian like last time. That fighting typing, you know, is a very nice one. But yeah, let's kind of see how this plays out. I think we are in a very good spot to deal with Kyogre, so that shouldn't be an issue. As we will see, Ensign with a Mungus. So what? I could bring out I'm gonna bring out Gyarados and go for a fake out onto a Mungus. This is tricky because I don't actually have good damage into a Mungus now. I don't have good damage into a Mungus, and I also don't have what's it called, safety goggles, and I don't think it's fair that bug types get hit by what's it called. Bug types should not get hit by Spore. That's just not fair. Crunch can lower defense. I can call a swap into Kyogre. That's really aggressive to say you're going to swap into Kyogre. That's a very risky lead or play. I don't have a reason to suggest it. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to say you're going to swap Ensign into Kyogre. Okay. Is that an ogre? That's a Rillaboom. If I had got that right, like, could you imagine? We are going to knock off a Kova Berry, which is useless. As we will see the Spore come off in the Gyarados, which is not helpful. Aleki is useless here. So my opponent did a really good job at picking their 4, right? I sacrificed everything I had for them. I'm going to bring out Aleki, and I'm going to knock off here. I'm just trying to at least like get rid of some items. I think Aleki potentially has the chance if they don't. So what? You're probably going to glide into Aleki, which is sad day for me. We are going to see a straight swap. This could be Ogre. Okay, it's Ensign. So sad day for everyone. Sad day all around. We will get at least a knockoff off onto you. Get rid of some sort of berry. Safety goggles. So that's great. Spore comes out into Sableye. Sableye is fine. We can bring back Gyarados. We need to start burning some turns of sleep. Yeah, I'm going to just go here, and then I'm going to... Oh, God, that... I brought way too much passive stuff. I'm just gonna try and knock off onto a Mungus. We're gonna have to rely on Crunch a little bit for just strict damage, because that's so Gyarados is the only way that I can damage their Amoonguss. Oh, and we're flying too, so it's not even like we're getting Grassy Terrain with Gyarados. We will see a straight Flare Blitz come out onto the Sableye. Thanks to the Intimidate, they're not going to be doing too much to us. Sableye is fast asleep, and now we can see a little bit about what this... okay, so it's just going for Spore, which is fine with me. We are guaranteed asleep with Gyarados this turn. So we can just go for... I'm going to go for a Crunch here, and then let's just go for a knockoff here. We have a chance of waking up with Sableye, which is really nice, but like we need to just get rid of this Amoonguss. We are going to see the Ensign swap out. I would love it to be Kyogre, but that looks like Rillaboom. Yeah, that's Rillaboom. If we can get rid of the item on Rillaboom, like, that's fine. We are going to stay asleep this turn as Pollen Puff. Okay, Pollen Puff comes out into Sableye, doing a little bit of damage. We can now, what? I think you're going to target into the Gyarados slot with a Spore. So I'm going to crunch here and bring out Xerneas. Oh god, that Amoonguss is such a nightmare. And yeah, Gyarados can't heal. We do have acrobatics on Alecki, so we do have a way of dealing damage to Amoonguss, but like we can't do it with everything the way it is. Gyarados is asleep. That's unfortunate. We probably are going to take a Wood Hammer. On to Xerneas. Xerneas holds on, so I'm actually really thankful for that. I say what? Protect Xerneas, swap Gyarados out into Alecki. Yeah, let's do that. Let's bring out Alecki here and go for a Protect. I think this is really obvious, but at the same time, like, I kind of just need it. What I'm hoping for is the potential that you go for a Follow Me, or not a Follow Me, a Rage Powder, because then what I can do is I just need to get Alecki to be able to hit Amoonguss without worry of the Incineroar switching in, and I think this is my best chance at that. As we will see a Wood Hammer come out. I'm guessing this could be a Spore just into the other slot. As yep, okay, it's Spore into Xerneas. Okay, that's fine with me. We now have Acrobatics here as well as a Dazzling Gleam. I know it's not very effective, but I just need chip on stuff. As Acrobatics comes out, they don't have a Cobra. Oh my god. Yikes. Okay. Wood Hammer into Xerneas. We should live. Just kidding. That's not, nope. Okay. Spore comes out. It is going to put me to sleep. Spore should have 5 PP, not 20. As Alecki is going to fall asleep, we can now bring out Gyarados because we have to. That's so bad. What? We have a guaranteed sleep turn on Alecki. I can't deal with this Amoonguss, man. I'm going to have to do this. Can Waterfall in the event you switch out into Incin, which I think is a real possibility as you are not switching out to Incin. Okay. We are going to see a swap. This should be Incin. Yep, it is going to be Incineroar. So that's good for me. If we wake up, which I think we should, you can also just go for a Rage Powder, which is... Okay, we're going to see a switch. So this is going to be Kyogre. So, okay, this is fine, right? We wake up. We will have... what's it called? We will have the Rain Boost. So that can do a potential ton of damage to this Incineroar. Please, for the love of God. Oh, Gyarados! I need to Wild Charge here. I need to go for... I need to Waterfall. Power Whip. I'm going to Waterfall the Incin just because of the fact that it can't switch. I mean, it can't... okay, so we are going to see a Fake Out into Alecki. That was really obvious. We're going to get hit with a Water... Okay. This is a super slow Kyogre. That should have done way more damage. As Origin Pulse will come out. And unfortunately, he's going to double hit. So this should be a knockout onto Alecki. Yep, Alecki is going to go down. That's fine. We do have Sableye, which is asleep. But that's fine because it's not really. We can, what? We fake out. If we fake out here, and we power whipped the Kyogre, right? If we power whip the Kyogre, they are going to be relying on misses. This should be Rillaboom. No, this is going to be a Moongus. Yeah, it's going to be a Moongus. Protect makes a ton of sense because at this point you do have, what is it called? You can just go for a Rage Powder, and I can't stop that. So, what? Oh, because it's not higher priority. We can go for an Encore here, as well as a Crunch. As well as, let's just go for a Crunch here. It should get redirected. Rage Powder should not have higher priority than Encore. Because now Amoonguss is locked into Rage Powder, which means we can't be put to sleep, but like that doesn't really matter. Crunch comes out, that's going to do like 10 damage. Origin Pulse double connects as well. So yeah, that's gonna wrap this one up. So definitely a little bit of a tough loss. Amoonguss was just such a smart pick, right? There was no, I was so worried about Kyogre that I completely dropped Volcarona and Instant, both of which were great answers. And then Alecki, unfortunately with Acrobatics, because of the fact that it does have an item, is just really not going to be doing too much. But we really got to use Gyarados, so I'm happy about that. We will be playing some more games with this team tomorrow to hopefully redeem ourselves. Once again, huge thanks to Dr. Strin for the team. Make sure to comment on my videos for a chance to win shiny Pokemon. Also, like I said, occasionally stream on Twitch, so check that out. But until next time, I hope all of you are wonderful, and I'll see you then.